One of the most vile acts that someone can commit is to take the life of another living being. Now, yes, I know how the food chain operates and the ecosystem, meaning that I eat chickens, cows, and other animals. So, of course, in order for me to get proteins, which can also be found in bean, but yes, in order for me to get proteins, I need meat. So that is a different scenario. That is understandably nature. When a dog run down a cat and eat a cat, that is meal for that dog. Although dogs and cats are best friends these days, and dog doesn't really eat cat. But you get what I'm coming from. But when someone out of anger eat a horse and beat a horse till that horse die, then that is a vile and cruel act that deserve the most stringent punishment, in my opinion. And this is what this honest trainer, Frederick Borgal, did. And rightfully, he was sentenced to 2 to 6 years in prison and ordered to pay $5,000 in restitution to the connection of the horse after he beat one of his standard bred horses. Now, it is alleged that the Canadian born trainer Frederick Borgalt struck his horse by the name of Finish Line in the head with an hard object on the 17th of July 2023 at the Pine Bush Training Facility in Crawford, New York. The strike caused a linear depressed skull fracture, which resulted in the horse having to be euthanized. Come on, what was that for? That was definitely evil and vile. Now, according to the website, the Pollock Report, the New York State Police, with the assistance of the Orange County District Attorney Office and the New York State Gaming Commission, launched an investigation into the death of the racehorse. What they did was that they exhumed the remains of the horse and examined it. Experts at the Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine led that examination, and the New York State Gaming Commission, they were able to provide expert witnesses and assisted in coordinating the arrest of Borgalt. In a press release announcing the decision, Orange County District Attorney David Ovler praised the New York State Police for their investigation and for the arrest of Borgalt. And he also praised the New York State Gaming Commission for their assistance and support of the arrest and prosecution. Last month, on the 25th of June 2025, Borgalt pled guilty to attempted assault in the second degree for attempting to cause physical injury to a woman using her cell phone. He is expected to be sentenced for that crime on October 2, 2025. It seems as if this man doesn't just have a problem with horses, he have a problem overall. He hit the horse in his head and caused the horse to be euthanized. And now he's also in trouble for assaulting a woman. This trainer clearly has anger management issue and need to get a hold of himself. He needs, when he comes out of prison, to seek therapy. A horse is a precious animal, one that should be shown love and respect, not one to be abused for no reason at all. There is no reason for you to be striking a horse in the head out of anger. And rightfully, he deserves the punishment. When he was being sentenced on the 7th of July, the prosecutors reminded him that he must register with the Animal Abuse Registry maintained by the Orange County Sheriff within 5 days of his release from custody. And in my opinion, this individual should not be training any horses either now or in the future. What he did was clearly reprehensible, clearly vile, clearly disgusting, and it should not be tolerated in the sport of king. What he did is something that we don't want in our sports. That was beyond evil. And this is not something that just happened out of the blue. According to the Pollock report, Bourgault, a native of Canada, has a history of mistreatment charges against him in the NYSGC database dating from 2021 through 2023. Three rulings stated that Bourgault kicked his horse in the stretch or after the wire, while two additional rulings are for whip violation, including one after the finish line. Now, what reason does one have to whip a horse after the horse has crossed the finish line? There's no reason for you to be whipping a horse after the horse has crossed the finish line. And there's no reason for you to be kicking a horse in the head. Now, my question is, the owners who heard all of these allegations, why on earth did they give this man, this vile man, their horses to train? Why on earth would I invest my money in a racehorse and give this man to train? Because at the end of the day, if I was an owner, it wouldn't just be winning races alone that I would be concerned about. I would be concerned about the overall well-being of my animal. I want to ensure that it is well fed. I want to ensure that it is well groomed and in the right physical and mental state of mind at all time. Perhaps I am naive, but I would be one of those owners who, if I even see that my racehorse is lame, I wouldn't be sending it onto the track. We see that happen a lot at some tracks. But yes, you can say that it is up to the vets to determine if a horse is lame or not. And I'm going to do a full video on that, calling out the vets for some of the horses that I see at Caymanas Park from time to time racing. But this is the Print Screen channel. Let me know what you think. Is the 2 to 6 year sentence too short for what he did to this animal? Was it an unintentional act, meaning that the 2 to 6 years is too long? Let me know what you think. I certainly think that 2 years for someone with an history of abuse is too short. But he also has a case coming up with the woman that he abused, so he could be in for a longer stretch. Anyway, this is Spring Screen signing out and reminding you guys, be kind to animals, be kind to all. Peace out for now.